Good morning. Happy Friday. Podcast number 11.
Yes, sir.
Ruben here checking in.
Hector here.
Raphael checking in.
Yvonne.
Kirsten here. Lex.
Jackie.
No, just kidding. Jackie's not here today. She's traveling the world. She'll be back on our next podcast. Today's topic will be what do we do if we're in foreclosure or in default? So we have different scenarios that we've actually come across. We're going to give you the answers, at least what we know we're able to do to help people get out of default foreclosure and help them save their home. Although we're realtors and we're lenders, we're not here to tell you, hey, let me sell your home. We're here to tell you, let me save your home. With that being said, we're going to start off with the first question. And the first question is going to Alexis. Jerry is a 77-year-old man. He's living in a single-family residence that's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath in Paris, California. He has a second that is foreclosing on him and is at about the 80 CLTV, which means they're at 80% of your equity. The gentleman owns an investment property but is not gaining any sort of income from that property. The tenants aren't paying and the eviction process has gotten too difficult for him. What should he do? The sale date, by the way, is November 3rd.
Okay, this is an actual client I have. His name isn't Jerry. So what I had offered him is, since he's not gaining any sort of income from the investment property and he says the tenants aren't paying, I told him that he could sell the property and take what he nets to pay off his delinquency and then keep the rest in his bank account. Unfortunately, he doesn't want to do that, which would probably be easiest for him because he is older, so it is causing a lot of stress. So the other option is to cash out on the investment property if there's enough LTV. I'd have to run numbers on that, but he's looking more towards the mortgage relief assistance program at a grant because he is delinquent about $25,000. So he's looking to qualify for that because the max capacity to qualify is up to $80,000, so he could definitely qualify. The only thing is when someone has an investment property, it's definitely more difficult to apply for that grant.
So he would be able to pull out if he has a first, he would be able to pull out a second. Maybe that second can pay off his second on his property and taking him out of foreclosure on his primary property. Another thing that could possibly happen is if he sells it, and even though he doesn't want to do it, and he uses that cash out to go reverse mortgage on his current property. And he would just come in with the difference and he would be able to qualify as a reverse, or if there's enough money to cash out to help him qualify for a reverse on his current owner-occupied property, that would help too. But there's so many other different things that you can do. That program that you just talked about, what is it? The mortgage relief program? That's something that you guys have been getting people approved and helping them out with. Although they can approve, they can process it themselves, submit directly. A lot of times they don't want to do it, so they hire us to do it. And obviously with contracts and everything in place and letting them know that they can do it themselves, then makes it legal for us to do. And as brokers, we can charge a very small fee, but nevertheless, we're helping them save their home. Okay? On your scenario, Janice is a 26-year-old woman living in a condo off PCH. Wow, that must be nice. In Huntington Beach. She has a first that is foreclosing on her. However, she also has a vacation home in Arizona and needs some cash in order to pay off her delinquency and keep some of the proceeds. What should she do? The sale date is January 1st, 2023.
Okay, so she has a few options. First, I don't know if her Arizona home is paid off, but what she can't do is take a loan out of the vacation home to pay off the default that is on her first. Or she can also apply for the mortgage relief program if she qualifies, and they'll help her with
Up to 80?
Up to 80,000.
$80,000 for mortgage relief and $20,000 for property taxes.
Yes.
So that could be an option. And that's her sell date is in January 1st, 2023. So those are the two. Or sell the primary residence, which most of the time they don't want to sell, they want to stay. So my advice would be to either take Harmony second on the vacation home.
I mean, a lot of times individuals don't want to do it or they can't do it because they're really tight on the loan to value. So a suggestion, because we can't tell anyone what to do, bankruptcy would help postpone the sale date, but that's up to them because, again, if you file bankruptcy, you're dropping 180 on your credit score. And I don't know if that's going to be something that'll be beneficial to you, but hey, everybody's case is different. Everybody's scenario is different.
I have a question. So if she's renting out her vacation home, can she do DSCR since that home isn't in default? It's her primary.
Yeah, she can do the DSCR because it's an investment home. The only downfall is she's in foreclosure for the first, so her credit might be shot, and you do need the FICO requirement. So the best option would be a Harmony loan.
Yeah, I have a DSCR where they have 230s and they're giving me a hard time approving it. They're saying that you have to come in with a higher down payment, so you might just require more equity on the property. So I'm not sure how
You
exactly
can do the
that
no
works.
ratio. The no ratio is kind of stated, of course, the LTV is lower to qualify because I know for the DSCR you can come in with 20, 25, or 30% depending on your FICO score and if the rents cover the payment.
The FICO has to be above 620, I think.
620,
Yeah.
yes.
So imagine how hard that would be with all the foreclosure. You're probably below that. So, but it's an option. It's an option. So there's a lot of different things that you can do. Kirsten, Morgan, not the Morgan no, but Morgan is a 55-year-old woman living in an SFR in La Habra. Her property is in default. She does not have the funds to pay anything off and is in need of some cash in order to continue to survive. She has zero income, therefore she is in some trouble. What should she do? And her sale date is December 17th.
What I would advise her to do, not everyone wants to sell, but in this case, she doesn't have any income going in, so I don't want to get her a loan. I don't want her to be in default again. With the mortgage relief, it could bring her current, but again, she'll have payments to make in the future. Yeah.
So would you sell it?
I could sell it, or depending on how much your property is worth, if it's a jumbo, we could do a jumbo reverse mortgage, but those are kind of hard to qualify for right now, especially with the rates that we're looking at.
Right.
But if she doesn't qualify for the jumbo reverse, we could sell her home and get her into a manufactured home that she could buy all cash, so she doesn't have to worry about payments.
Then that's probably the
The-
best
the-
option because
yeah.
you did say she has no income. So if she has no income, in a reverse, we have to have some sort of income, right? And so,
Yeah.
I think manufactured home would probably be the best thing for me to do. And I always think Morgan, maybe she worked for a trucking company
Yeah.
and they've let her go. Maybe there's enough money in there to help her get her manufactured home, buy herself a truck, and go self-employed and make herself some income. I mean, there's different things you can do. But yeah, I would agree with selling and getting her into a manufactured home, using some of that cash to help her venture off into a new business and help her with her taxes because taxes and insurance never go away, right?
Yeah.
So you can own the property free and clear, but at the end of the day, the county owns your property because if you don't pay the taxes, 5 years, you're foreclosed on. Not crazy? Heck, sale date November 28. Tom is a 44-year-old man that lives in Pasadena. His property is a 6-bedroom, 4-bath. However, there are no permits for the 5th and 6th bedroom and the 4th bathroom. The property could be worth $3 million, but due to the fact that he doesn't have permits, his property is legally a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, which puts him at $2.2 million. Since the property got appraised at a lower value, that leaves him with little to no equity. However, he owns a cannabis warehouse in San Diego and is at about 60 CLTV. What should he do?
Well, first off, I want to see why he got into foreclosure, right? And to see, so I'm guessing he has some sort of income coming in because he does own a cannabis warehouse.
Right.
But he said property got appraised at a lower value and would leave him to little to no equity. So usually we would advise him to do a short sale. But because he has a warehouse in San Diego, we could do a hard money loan on the warehouse to get him current on his SFR. And then if he really wanted to sell, we could advise him to sell. But that way we can help him save the property.
So first off, the cannabis warehouse, I'd probably reach out to Snoop and have him buy half of the stuff that I have there.
Right.
No, but he's at 60 CLTV,
Yeah.
so I think we can go 65 or 70 on
Yeah.
these properties, right? So there's a little bit of leeway there, but we don't know what is Tom's loan amount, current loan. Is there enough equity to do a jumbo reverse, right? But he's 50, he's 44.
Yeah.
Man,
I have a question. What is CLTV?
That's the combined loan to value. Loan to value.
when you combine like the first and second, or if there's 3 loans for second and third, so you combine loan to value. That's a question that you knew, but you're doing it for everyone else. I
Yes.
appreciate that. What else could you do? He's 44 years old.
Yeah, turn around and sell it.
Wow.
Depending on how much he owes, he can do that mortgage assistance program as well.
That's true. So it's kind of like every situation is the same, right? Like, with the exception of Jerry, 77, he could do a reverse. The 55-year-old, the property's worth over $1 million. She can also potentially qualify for a reverse, but she has no income, so we have no choice. With Tom, damn, that's a pretty complicated one. I would probably tell Tom, hey, Tom, it's time to downsize. Sell, cash out, buy another property. Any input for this scenario? Ron, you okay with it? A lot of gas. All right, so this next question is for Jackie. Jackie, I'll be answering the question for her.
Ricky is a 36-year-old man that owns a triplex in LA. Ricky occupies a unit and rents out the other 2 units. He makes about $2,500 from each tenant, which puts him at $5,000 monthly. He is in default and needs to pay off his delinquency. What should he do? He also has a sell date of October 30, 2022.
Jesus, how many days away? 25. So number one, I don't know, the mortgage relief program would be my first one, right? Can they do 3 units? A mortgage
Yeah.
relief? Yeah.
Up
Okay.
to 4.
up to 4 units. So, and it takes about 2 weeks to know. So that 2-3 weeks. So I would do that while I'm looking for another avenue, right? Because this is a triplex, and I need to know if Ricky owns his own business. Maybe there's enough equity in there to do a business related second and help him out. Obviously, 50% of it has to go to the business. The other 50 can be used towards whatever he needs to use it to. So that might be able to help him. The other thing would be probably sell, right? Maybe reach out to the tenants and see if they're interested in buying it, and then he can go from 3 units and find himself a manufactured home, or maybe he has enough money where he can buy a duplex, or sell his triplex, buy a duplex, or sell his triplex, buy an SFR, pay it all off. I mean, there's so many different ways of approaching this, right? I have to see where his credit is at. A few things that I need to look at, but I know that I need to know
What
the LTV.
if he's only missed one payment?
If he's only missed one payment, we can refinance with the 1 times 30, but they cannot cash out. They can only do a rate in terms. So I can do a 1 times 30 and find out what's the reason why he fell behind. The number one thing I want to find out is, why are you in default? Are you not working? If he's not, there goes a regular refi. And the next thing is, did you have COVID? Maybe he did. Maybe I have an explanation for it and I can do the refinance. And in some cases, we might be able to pardon that 1 times 30 for a cash out if I can show proof that they had a hardship that was beyond finances, like a death in the family or, again, COVID, So different ways to approach it. Yvonne's got a new haircut. You guys can't see it. So she seems wiser. Ralphie, Sam owns an SFR that is worth $750. Paid off free and clear. A huge warehouse, and currently lives in a manufactured home that she just purchased a year ago. Her warehouse is in foreclosure. The warehouse has 3 liens against it, and no one wants to do a hard money loan for her. Her payoff on the warehouse is $300K. What should she do? By the way, sale date's November 15th.
Well, she can do a hard money loan. Her first home is paid off already.
Yep.
So that's $750,000 that she has there. So that gives her the flexibility to be able to do that. And then she has a huge warehouse, which it is $300,000 in foreclosure. She could actually do a whole wraparound with all 3 liens included.
On the first, she could pull out some money on the house, right? And then she also owns a manufactured home. I would be like, if
She
she
just
lives in
purchased it a year
if she
ago.
lives in it. Man, there's some property there that if I had the ability to save one and have to get rid of one to save one, maybe, depending on what the warehouse does for her. Is it good money? Is that where you're living off of? If it is, oh man, manufactured home, bye-bye. I'm going into the SFR.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or guess what? SFR, sell it. Bye-bye, because I live in the manufactured home. I always live there for a reason. And save my warehouse and let everybody be happy. I know that we are doing 30-minute podcasts, and we usually get creative with ideas on what to do, what to say to make this exciting, because sometimes we don't want the listener going to sleep.
Well, how long does it take to go into foreclosure?
Well, you know what, young lady? There's a 30-day default, 60-day default, 90-day default, 3 months, 22 days. Foreclosure finally starts. An additional 3 months, 6 months, 22 days. You get a sale date. You get the sale date, and you can postpone it if you're in communication with the lender. If you're not in communication with the lender, bye-bye, casa. But you have to figure that out. Yeah, 6 months, 22 days before a sale date is issued. And that's facts. Okay, guys. Anyways, it's too quiet in here. What do you guys want to talk about? You guys want to make it exciting? You guys want to make it fun? No? Everybody
Yeah,
seems
let's
like
make it
they're half
exciting.
asleep. Okay, come up with an idea, Ralphie. You're on the spot. Hector, you're on the spot. Good time.
Guess who? We could play Guess Who or finish the sentence again. That was pretty fun.
You know what? Let's do guess who. I am going to mimic someone, and you tell me if you can tell me who that person is. You ready? I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
But that could be a few people.
No, legs are checking.
So I used to do that, but not anymore.
Not anymore. How about this one? Oh my God, your deal's falling apart. It's okay. That's fine. That's cool. It's okay.
Yvonne.
Figure it out.
Yvonne.
I'm just gonna answer no one's calls. Ralphie, come on. Come on.
Sheesh. That's tough, buddy.
Come on.
I'm trying to think of Ralph. Let me see.
Come on. You just gave him up. You just gave him up, and you're supposed to guess.
Oh, I know.
I'm trying to think of Ralph. Guess what this is? Lex! Right now! Give me a call from who he bought.
That's our short-term specialism.
Damn, someone's squeaking on the lake.
Maybe that's a dog.
Hi, guys. 5 minutes later. What?
Jackie.
Getting coffee is an experience.
Jackie.
For sure.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
That sounds like something Jackie would
Oh,
say.
man. I mean, if we're not on video, but if we were on video, we would do this.
You won.
Yeah. When they're mad, like twist of a lip.
Walks in the room. Someone has anxiety. I can sense it.
Come on, guys.
There's so many routes to make money from. If this doesn't work, then look into your other alternative. You need 3 streams of income.
Multiple streams of income.
God damn. We should all take turns imitating that one person. Starting with Hector.
I start with him.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Yeah.
Hi, mamas.
Good morning, Big Papa.
It's okay. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Hey, Lexi, I have a question.
Now we do you on.
Good morning, Hex.
You're only so afraid of COVID. If you're gonna get it, you're gonna get it. There's nothing you can do. You can't live in fear.
You have to take risks and push yourself.
4:30 a.m. Good morning.
Now we gotta do K.
Hi.
9 a.m. I gotta go to the restroom.
I don't want to do that.
10 o'clock. I gotta go to the restroom. 5 hours later.
On the way to
I'm
the
still in
open
the
house. At the open house, did you bring toilet paper?
Next, Lex.
I'm so stressed out.
Have you guys ate yet?
Can we practice today? Can we practice it, please? I know you're really tired. You know, on one leg and one eye.
I think it's
Please, your shoulder's falling apart. It's okay. Please practice, please. Oh my God, you pitched it wrong.
It's okay.
You go over there, you're quarterback, and you know your positions.
Yep. Are you
See,
all
sports
that?
make me turn into another human. That's why.
No, yeah, seriously.
Look at Jackie. Jackie's not here.
You, hold on.
Well, I'm next after Jackie.
No, you're next.
Oh,
I'm trying.
everybody's gonna know something. Go ahead, I'm
I have
next.
1,000 things for him. It's so much that I can't even
Just
say.
one. Because you're gonna bore everyone. How many minutes?
Hey, Hex, I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been?
Not right now. I have like 50 emails and 20 texts.
That's a lot of Texases. Texas.
Texas.
That's what Texas.
It's a lot of states.
Is this a Manhattan's plane? Oh, you're an old soul.
Oh man, you got me.
I'll be right back. I have to go mail out this Morgan coin. Let's do this, and you come back. Do you want to go to the swap meet? Then he leaves, comes back. Do you want to go to the thrift store? I'm like, no.
He's like, what's up, my little big head?
Oh my gosh, you're alive.
Oh man, Jackie, go. She got one. Oh.
What's wrong?
Period. Love that for you.
I was trying to think, but there's so many things.
I know.
One thing about me, I'm not gonna stress. I'm gonna just go with the vibe.
I'm just making you stress out.
Well, you can't see me, but if you could, she like goes to drawers.
Oh god. That's it, guys. Like, those are wallet, put your social security
She's
card.
fixing here.
and
I go in your office. She's fixing
fixing everything.
everything.
She's like, yeah, and she's listening to this around. That's a crazy thing. My clients have not moved out. I hate it here.
Can you help us move out? Yeah, me and my partner will help you. We'll be here tomorrow early in the afternoon. Without asking the partner.
Oh man. Hex.
Yeah, my
All right.
Hi, Bonsky.
Okay.
What's good, y'all?
I mean, you can't see it because I'm video. I would just sit Hector standing right there watching me make fun of his mom and him just cracking up and enjoying it. He's just enjoying it. What about the Lakers, man? Rams are frustrating me. Seriously. For real.
Always
That's
with
it?
fist bumps when he walks in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Always smiling too, huh? Sees a little old man get ran over and he's just like, oh, wow. Wow, you'll be all right, buddy.
Yes, they probably.
He's like, here you go, buddy. Have some water.
I know, right?
He's really quiet.
Yeah. No, but he's like very helpful too. Like I can see him going up to the little old man. He's in pieces. Here you go, buddy. Here's your arm. We're good?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we try to make it fun, right? And some of these things we don't write them down. We should, right? But we're busy saving homes, giving loans, and giving the dogs a bones. But anyways, with this being said, this podcast is brought to you by Korea 6 GFI. Please, guys, message us, subscribe, keep us alive. You guys have anything you want to say? Motivational?
Stay positive.
Damn, girl.
I agree.
You're always
Yeah.
gonna see light at the end of the tunnel. You just gotta find it deep inside.
That's right. That's a
He's
good
so
one.
that
Sometimes super deep.
Take risks.
Speaking of taking risk, yeah. If you take risk and you fail, it feels
It's
good
a
that you
lesson
made an
learned.
effort.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
it's better than beating yourself up thinking, what if?
should have, could have,
Shut
would
up.
I
Exactly.
went to the dealership today.
Hey, you know
Take
what?
risk,
Honestly, I'll tell you what, I live one life, honestly. None of the stuff we get, we take with us, right? But you get to enjoy the moment. So if that's what puts a smile on your face, then do it. Because you don't know.
Oh,
You know what?
would? Puerto Rico trip.
Puerto Rico trip sounds fun too, but I mean, I think it's time for you to go to Hawaii again. Kauai.
Oh, what's waiting?
What was his nickname?
Oh, the big
Oh,
kahuna.
the big-
That's right, yeah, the big kahuna. But yeah, just, whatever we do, just take risk, and don't be afraid to do it. And I know sometimes we take risk as a team, right? Like with the podcast.
Right.
We said we're going to do it. And we're doing it. And we're getting better and better and getting more and more subscribers. And thanks to everyone that listens to us. Even though we could be a little, quiet, not boring because we're not boring, but very informative. We care to share what we know. With that being said, guys, subscribe. Stay in tune. Ruben here. I'm out.
Hector out.
Ralph out.
Yvonne out.
K out. Lex out.
Jackie out.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you guys.
Yeah.